Howdy, howdy. Frosty510 here. Welcome back to Need for Speed Unbound. Um, they got packs and stuff that shit. They got packs and oh Jesus Christ. All right, what's next? Lockdown multiplayer mode. You can get on bikes now. Oof. Um, it took me a little while to get into the game actually. Like, it wouldn't log in. It was having issues. So we got car packs. The Palace upgrade, which is part of the Palace edition, so it was, I don't know why I even got that. Let's just jump in straight to online. So yeah, Need for Speed Unbound, it released, and then it lacked a lot of content in its online part, and they've added some of that. I don't care. All right, so which is a good ride? I'm not interested in changing anything. All my rights. All right, let's go with this one. And Cop Garage, eh? Okay, so we got different Cop Korea. Pursuit vehicles, okay. Well, how do I... Okay, interesting stuff. Let's just jump in. PvP? Lockdown? Let's try this new mode. Ooh, let's see if we can find a game. So yeah, so what was the problem? It came out, it lacked content in online. And then they had their holidays, which is fine. Dev teams, you know, I think the release timing was very poor because had they released later, I know they were under pressure by the publisher and there was a whole bunch of stuff with that, but had they released later, I think they would have done better. That's what my gut instinct. Oh, I have to use one. Okay. Wait, you can use an A plus. What do I have to use? Have I just not got Shy Waffle? Okay, and Twinkle. Alright, so we found people though, so that's really good. I don't know what I'm doing, but we'll just have to work it out. I'm pretty sure I got music muted because it's all copyright, but you know, it is what it is. But there was some potential, but the stylistic choices I don't think flattered the game. And they definitely didn't resonate with the older audience, which is those who played the previous titles, which there's been so many Need for Speed games. But it was really just a lack of stuff. There wasn't much at all in online. And then they improved it slowly over time and just took way too long. And just added a bunch of shite modes. Okay, view contract. Oh, okay, so that's a swap vehicle. I don't want to swap vehicle. So let's go to the gold thingy. So we got your typical NOS and all that sort of stuff. All the fun stuff. Ooh. There's a lot of limited movement between areas. It wasn't ridiculously car friendly, which it's one of the things that happens in open world racing games. Is they do try to remove as many obstacles as possible, but that doesn't always happen, unfortunately. And it's, you know, you try and balance realism with making an open world accessible to all vehicles. And the open world itself is one of the other massive issues with Need for Speed Unbound, and it's just that it's not interesting. Okay, so I'm trying to get stuff. Participate in a race against using a jacked vehicle. And so when the world is lackluster, not memorable, and then designed in a way that's not friendly, you get all the worst of... Oh. And then the grind for cash was crazy. Yeah, I had to really pump the races to actually earn decent money. So how am I going to win when I'm in the B? And there's also the ratings. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can do with the lowering the power of really fast cars, and then you still absolutely mop the floor with people who are in that rank you're in. So it's a whole bunch of skullduggery, and then people pay to win, of course, but... Oh my gosh, I've got no chance. And then the racing being very harsh, which is totally reasonable. I don't mind that. Like, one mistake and then you're done. You're cooked. Because the catch-up, I do think, can sort of take away from good driving. So you want to reward good driving. And, you know, risky driving, oncoming traffic to try and maximize boost and all that sort of stuff. God damn, the car's so slow. Oh, I'm dead. Shy Waffle's winning at least in Twin Killer. Me, in the back of the pack. Oh my gosh. I really need to switch car. Oh my gosh, so bad. So you get like a number of takedowns before your car's destroyed.
I've popped a gate off the lockup, but it'll take something small to squeeze through.
On the scene, control.
Alright, so I've been lapped, and I'm in last place. It's just because of the freaking ratings! And it didn't let me pick my high ones because my high ones are too high.
Patrol is joining the others in pursuit of the suspect.
But then... maybe I can just earn some points by taking out some cops. But yeah, I mean, it was just inability to develop an online community. Which, there's still people playing, because people are good people, and they'll give any game a chance. So... Oh, they're in rentals. Piss off.
A rival racer's gone to the top of the food chain. Time to eat, baby. Your friend's most wanted. You gonna let him have all the fun?
I don't even know how to use this bike. Square circle? Okay.
What do you say? Time to go? Truck on the way, if so. It's a rhyme.
On 2440s in a Nissan. We're down, damn it! We thought we had that asshole.
Dispatch here, racer out of...
What's that, baby? Let's take him down. This scumbag is out of control.
How do I jack the vehicle? Hold to swap. Alright, I'm busting. We got a boost.
Reinforcements arriving shortly.
So the graphics weren't bad, it's just that the world was so boring. It just didn't have any style of its own. It's like they used the effects on the vehicle to try and add style, but then the world itself didn't have any style.
Calling all units. This is dispatch. Lost the racer at the Siva Ski Resort.
Hey, you got a friend out of action. Go pick him up. This is way too tame. Your rivals are getting more attention than you.
Ouch.
A rival's got a bike. They have a few advantages, but they'll be visible on your map. Nice work. Your rivals have claimed a truck. Looks like they're getting out. If anyone knows what a thrilling race is, it's me. Care to find out for yourself?
Alright. The settings are also really important. What you do with your tires and or what tires you're running. What settings put on it with the drifting as well. Manual versus automatic stuff. It's actually really important for racing. Because in the racing, you don't want to drift at all. You're much, much, much faster without drifting. Even though you want to, you know, maximize boost, you're way better off just focusing on pure speed. Oh, I stuffed that up. Here's my pure speed. Alright, we lost a player. I lost the other one as well. So, yeah, I think we lost them both. So connection issues are definitely a thing. Or it's just me.
Coming. If you don't have the stones to stick it out any longer.
Oh my.
A rival crew's busted open a lockup. Loot's for the taking. I can
Okay, so a lot of the voice acting is very meh.
lockup and
Meh bordering on
a
to shut
rival's
up.
most wanted. How about you feed him to the feds?
I feel like you get so much inspiration from Fast and the Furious, but not in a good way. Not in the zany, crazy stuff, but in the just delivery. So annoying.
Control, this is Patrol. We're joining the pursuit. Patrol's joined in on pursuit of the suspect.
Oh my gosh, I'm stuck behind the fence. And you can change the color of your effects and all that, which I think is one of the positives. Car customization is alright.
Hope that spike strip slows them down.
It's really just more about...
Nice work. Your rivals have claimed the truck. Looks like they're getting out.
It's just... Yeah. It just doesn't have the magic of the older games. And that's... It's like, it's not like... You know, Need for Speed Underground 2 is obviously the highlight. And then they had varying levels of success. Most Wanted and Carbon and... Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's not a franchise I'd say has really evolved, unfortunately. It's more like they just... They under-deliver and then add microtransactions. And it's that sort of mentality is hard to... It's hard to comprehend. Because it feels like they haven't, you know, you don't have any success. You need to have success to be able to actually profit proper off microtransactions rather than... But he spiked. Okay, so Twin Killer is in a chase. So it's just us two. They got 112,000. And this mode is... Oh, piss off. No, I have enough. I have enough. It's fine. Okay, that mode's just like... Whatever. I mean, at least it guarantees you'll be with a couple of people for a little bit. But, I just, yeah. So there's no pizzazz, there's no... Oh no, I don't feel nothing. Let's just jump in. It's a free roam and just drive around for a second. Heat, at least, I think, did some funny stuff. I don't know, I feel like the problem for Need for Speed is that Forza has done everything that they wanted to do but better. And it didn't even need cop chases. It's just a better open world racing game. And they just can't really compete with that. They can't come back from that. It's like you don't necessarily need cops to make the racing game actually interesting, and they can't make a racing game interesting in the first place. And then they add cops, and they can't even make their cop thing as good as a Grand Theft Auto. This is just not... Grand Theft Auto is just better at everything that Need for Speed tries to be as well. So it's like Forza took away the open world racing interesting part, and then Grand Theft Auto took away everything else. It's just... So what's left? You have a mediocre open world game which launched at a bad time in terms of its development. It lacked online. Campaign was, again, okay. But the open world is lacking. Racing is lacking. And then it was grindy as all hell in online as well, and there wasn't much to do. And then they add it all later, and then they add these weird modes that are just stupid. They try to be innovative in the way that they do that is by making just dumb modes. I don't know how they can't recapture the old magic of the car chases back on Carbon. Or Most Wanted, you know. They're just way more intense. The music, all the feeling was just totally different. Now it's... Even Heat's a lot better. Heat's a better game in some ways, but it also has its own issues. So it's like they can't make a game that doesn't have glaring issues. But you make something that doesn't have any soul, any charm. And then people don't they can't look past the issues. So that's the whole point. There's always going to be issues in games, but you've got to be able to create something, an art, something interesting enough to, have the fan base that will defend it and go, oh, it's not that big. That part didn't matter so much. Oh, this is the bit that's really fun. And I mean, I used to love on Heat just doing the raised bridges. They just raise and they just do the jump. I love that shit. But yeah, I do think Forza is a big part of it, though. Forza and GTA in tandem. Forza does so many good stuff. So much good stuff. It just feels totally different. I don't know, that creating that atmosphere of the world that's inviting and you want to explore it and actually is interesting. And then you have characters that are interesting. It's a challenge. But it's, what differentiates a good game from a bad game. Is Need for Speed Unbound a bad game? I think it's thoroughly mid. And then the microtransactions, holy shit. My experiences with Heat, though, I think I should mention that I did hack the game, basically. Even on console, you could hack the game. That's how bad the code is. You could do the most dodgy looking YouTube videos going, you do this and this and this, and then you'll be able to hack and you'll get hundreds of millions of dollars. And it's like, nah, that's just bullshit. And then they work. And it's like, what? Why did that work? How could that possibly work? This dodgy video, poorly edited, with some guy rambling for 2 minutes about being able to hack and get millions of bucks, and it actually works, and then all of a sudden you got millions of bucks and you can buy good cars and stuff around and have fun. And they just, I don't know, they don't gatekeeping things like cars, gatekeeping fun, and then when there's so little fun to be had and they want to lock it away behind a grind, it's just it beggars belief. And they're completely out of touch with reality. Surely they can see the numbers. Oh well, I just complain, I suppose. All my videos are just me complaining. But I had hope. I played early access. Try to pump the game up, but be realistic at the same time that it had lots of missing content in online, and just, yeah, it's just, God, no. Yeah, it's just, oof.
Public enemy number 1 in our sights, dispatch. Perp's got fancy wheels. A Lamborghini. Ugh.
2440 got away from me, dispatch.
Suspect just pulled a Houdini at Douglas Park.
Lost visual on that 2440. Calling it.
Perfect escape. And then losing the inside view where you can see the steering wheel. I don't understand. They have an animated character, which is something they tried to do differently with the styling, and yet you can't see the view you're holding the steering wheel. It's just there's a lot of these little things that just they scream of underdeveloped game, and then they just add trash. But yeah, I do think that the biggest crime is still the open world not being interesting. That hurts the most. The atmosphere being poor and not being interesting. Characters not being interesting. I can argue, I suppose. Whee, and then we just crash and die. Okay, we've got to do a race. How about they started a race and then they left? Okay, that's That's a little depressing. S plus, they'll have a faster car than me. My thing's just absolute slug in comparison. It's the old sluggo because you need the Veyron, Bugatti Veyron. If you don't have that, you're cooked. All right, we can do S plus, so I could do something just fun. Get the rental. Got this one. I've got handling on grip, so yeah, we'll go here because this is my racing car. Because you choose your grip, and it's really, really important. Really, really important. Oh, are we doing drag race? I mean, am I doing a drag race on my own? So this was something I wanted them to add way, way, way a long, long time ago. Oh. I'm pressing triangle. It's not gear shift, it's camera. R1. Okay, I need to actually read. Just lock me in a lane like the old game. The original. It was all just drag racing. Was it all drag racing? Was it actually? Yeah, there was actual races, wasn't there? I think back to Hot Pursuit. What? What? Hot Pursuit's crazy. I won! Damn, I'm good. That was awful. Oh my gosh. 6 races on my own? No way. Oh. Ah, stop that. Alright, I'm not going to do that on my own. That'd be silly. Why did you start it and then leave? Alright, let's track them down. Oh my gosh. We need to find them and ask them why they're still playing the game. Oof. Oh, they left again. That's Profuso. Alright, I am absolutely cactus. Let's... Yeah, let's just leave this. How do I get out of here? Leave game. Yeah, I think you'd have to be delusional to see Need for Speed Unbound as anything other than thoroughly mid. Oh, they added a battle pass. Oh. Yeah, I really, I don't know. I feel like the art style thing they did with the characters is pointless. I don't know. I think Heat's a better game. I enjoyed Heat more. But it's just like, that's not a bar that I think is... I think they should be aiming higher, but... I know they've got development issues, they've got publisher issues, they've got all sorts of stuff, studio issues. I know they've got that real life problems. They hold them back, but it doesn't hold them back from adding a whole bunch of stupid car microtransactions, so I'm going to give them shit for it. Yeah, I wish they would... Nah, it's too late. It's just thoroughly mid. I don't think anything's going to change it. I don't think there's any resurrecting. It's It's all done. There was a massive couple months where they had their opportunity to capture an audience, and they had to go on holiday because they needed holidays, which is fair, but then don't release the game if you're going to do that. You have to plan updates in advance because, some game studios, they're capable of making updates that add content and then having them come out after certain periods of time without intervention. So you can set these things up. You can set up content in advance, So when you release a game, you'll have it, this will have these events and we'll set these up and there'll be updates, and then you get ahead of the notice and you tell the, Sony's and all them, and you go, we're going to have these updates and that's what they're going to have in them, and then if we have any bug fixes, maybe we'll add them. But they just sat on their ass and then added it all later, and then it's just like, yeah. It's one of those things that if you came in new, you'd be like, this got all this stuff. It's got all these different races and modes and things. And you'd be like, they're really trying hard. And then you're like, someone who bought it at launch in early access is like, they completed the game after. They fucked up. Yeah, they fucked up. I don't know. I do know. Alright, I'm going to uninstall this trash and never play it again. But that is what it is. That's Need for Speed Unbound. Thoroughly mid. Tell me what you think. Did you feel any sort of way towards it? Have you played it much later and then seen more of the content and gone, it's not that bad? So you didn't see it build up slowly when it should have already been built beforehand? What I mean is, I don't think it's a good live service game. And I think they thought it could be a live service game, which means they're stupid. that's the tall and the short of it. Yeah. Frustrates me to no end. Oh well. Get a Forza game soon. But I'm on PlayStation. But yeah. Even Forza they're gonna go at times too, so. I know, bars are all low. I think in a lot of genres the bar is very low. And they don't even have the same content of games 10 years older. The older games have more content and more interesting and more variety and more character. And it's not me just being nostalgia, it's just straight up going, why are they delivering less than before and expecting that people will pay more than before? It's just sad. It's sad. It's such an EA thing. Yes. Alright then. It's been Frostify10 complaining about Need for Speed Unbound. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Tell me what you think. I'm out. See ya.